All right. This is DC Loves Comics, and the title of this, I see a DC cinematic Civil War coming up real soon, and I based that on because I saw the Joker movie. Uh, it was watchable. I'm not going to review it. I mean, it did what it had to do, but you really can't. You can have an opinion about the film, and people can say the right to it's going to cause, chaos in the world, or is it praised as the greatest movie? Is it Oscar contender? I'm somewhere in the middle. It was watchable, but then I was kind of left thinking, like, well, what was the point of this? No matter how you feel about it, that it was created or made, you're going to walk out, I will truly say, a little empty a little bit. Because the next step that has a comic book person and a fan of the genre, and even if I look at it as a non-comic book person, if I just saw this film, I'm walked in knowing Matt Reeves has a Batman movie. I believe it's going to be 2021. 2 years from now. And me, I'm selfish. I want the best Batman film ever made. I think everybody who pays to see a film wants to hope for the best. And I think what's going to be brewing, people who's really pushing for this Joker version, which I don't ever really want to see again. Not in a. I applaud the twists and the turns, but when I want Batman go up against Joker, I don't want this chaotic happenstance villain. I want a twisted, criminal-minded, chemical genius with a purple coat. I mean, that's. I don't really worry about. I want a foe, because the villain makes the hero. I want the opposite twist of the Batman, and I really know that Matt Reeves, the weight is on him. Warner Brothers is putting all their money on Matt Reeves. Because I don't know if most people realize this, but Matt Reeves subconsciously it's a whole bunch of other reasons, but he is the final nail on the DC cinematic universe. And I know people are applauding his version, because remember, Ben Affleck was going to do Batman. I would have loved for him to direct and write, not necessarily play it. I mean, I thought he was okay, but just Ben Affleck is an Academy-winning director, so let's remember that. It would have been something very magical. But when Matt Reeves was announced to play, to create this Batman, I mean, he immediately, the first thing is not going to be in the cinematic universe. And people thought, well, maybe it's going to be a prequel. It's not going to be a prequel. Maybe they're going to de-age Ben Affleck. It's not going to be Ben Affleck. And it may even be a prequel. And that back then, it's not now because we're used to it, but that was a big shocker. And I'm still kind of like, wow. So they really is putting the weight on it. So now, present day, since that was announced so many moons ago, I know people are like, oh, this Joaquin Phoenix, this is the direction they're going to go, and maybe he's going to go against Bruce Wayne. Matt Reeves already has his vision. He is not going to come back. He's not going to even acknowledge that this Joker is in his universe, because he's laying it down. He's laying the cards down. And when you look at some of the choices for the Riddler of the Paul Daniel and Zoe Kravitz, you can just get an idea that he's going to think a little out the box. But he already has his idea of it. So I'm just thinking, people who love this Joker version and love this movie, what are people's responses if they worried about it? If you love it as a self-centered film, but if you are thinking like this is going to be Academy Award, DC nomination type film, I got news. Matt Reeves He's already got his own vision. And me, myself, like I say, I want the Joker in the film. And I just hope that it gets the praise it's gotten and then be forgotten. Like it is truly a one shot. But, Warner Brothers, let's try to have some vision and continue with the Matt Reeves universe when it comes out. And it's funny because, not to be a know-it-all, but a lot of people, I love explaining to people and I love talking with them, and I try to be open. But DC just has people that are DC cinematic films, or people just keep up with films. It's a lot of work being a DC fan, because people are like, oh man, Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman, she's going to be Aquaman. Oh no, it's a different universe and maybe a different timeline. And people want it simple. She's Catwoman, and maybe we see Aquaman in the film. It's a separate universe. I mean, Aquaman is going to be a standalone. Wonder Woman is going to be in 1984. This is Batman, maybe in the 1990s. The Joker is 1970. I mean, who knows? You need a sketchbook if you want to get some type of continuity, if you're looking for that in the film. But people just have to, take notes. Okay, this is a, and this is a different time period. I mean, they make it hard for folks, but people, DC said, we love these standalone individual films. But my big thing is that I say this in closing is not to be, doomsday and all, but I look at Green Goblin and Spider-Man. Green Goblin is the most famous villain of Spider-Man. There's some other, Dr. Octopus, Kraven the Hunters, Venom is truly. But Green Goblin is he killed Gwen Stacy. Spoiler alert. I mean, he followed Spider-Man home to find out his identity. His influence, he's been in almost, his presence has been felt in 3 of the first Spider-Man films. You can felt his presence in it as William Dafoe, Ghost, and his son, and his ghost father again. Then you had the Amazing Spider-Man. You have the presence of Peter Parker's father was working for the Osborn Corporation. And then the second one, they created their own version, Green Goblin, Hobgoblin Jr. But Spider-Man right now, if you look at the Marvel world, is like, there's no, Osborn is no symbol of it. And people say, well, we've seen presence in 5 films. People are tired of that. But to give a creator the right of the option not to have the Green Goblin, because I would love people are dying. People are looking through pictures in Twitter and coming up, even on set photos. Is that Osborn? Is that Osborn? So the hunger is there for the Marvel version of the Norman Osborn. People are out there looking for it. They just want his presence felt in it. Not necessarily him being the main villain, but because Sony and his people, they feel maybe it's overused. It's time to do new villains. But the bread and butter, it's like Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. Give me that presence in the film. So my biggest fear myself is that Warner Brothers say, well, we got Joaquin Phoenix, so this is a Joker over here. Maybe we better not do the Joker in the Matt Reeves. That's what I don't want. Joker doesn't have to be the main villain, but his presence can be felt. Because people will be looking for Ace Chemicals somewhere in there, a playing card in it. And if the Joker can do almost $900 million on his own, with the combination is of Batman together, that's just like rocket science. Put it together. And it's similar with the Spider-Man thing, with Sony owning Venom. Venom, even though he had a rough incarnation with Spider-Man 3, people are still lurking for it. They will accept the Venom, not comic book style origin. It's just the suit and the uniform in the battle. And people, they love the, Spider-Man fighting Venom. And just, you hear rumors of the director saying Spider-Man is coming. I think people would accept a separate Spider-Man from the MC universe if they got a Venom. But now he's back in the MC universe. That's great for those that are involved. But people still they want the Venom. They want the Marvel taste in it. But like I say, in closing, with this Joker, great film. It was okay. It didn't knock me out of the water, but I think that what DC does next is the big thing. Is it going to, sequel, do something separate, or it's going to combine? But in my heart, I'm interested in Matt Reeves more of a villain, not like the comics. His film is film. Like Heath Ledger, that take of, and I'm biased. I love that Heath Ledger version. It wasn't had to be dipped in acid, or the parents. He shot the parents, but that's not even in the comics. But with other familiar film versions of it. But Joker, no backstory. You know how I got these scars. Change the story every time. Batman, we're gonna fight forever. That is the core elements of the Joker. That's all you need. Someone can wear a green suit and orange lipstick and say, Batman, I'm a reaction to you. We're going to do this dance forever. That is sentimental, the core of the Joker. So we'll see. So all praise to everyone out there. Thanks for listening. This is a little morning rant, but just to keep my viewpoint on it. All right, Joker video part 2 is coming to a close. David loves comics. Thank you.